So there's
Right.
two factors in shrinking, right? One is even if you have a great retention, you're going to probably shrink like 10%. And then the rate of inflation that's skyrocketing. So even if you stay at the same dollar amount, if you're not increasing that, you're making less next year than you are this year because your money's worth more this year than it will be next year. So
insurance dudes are on a mission to escape being handcuffed by our agencies.
How? By uncovering the secrets to creating a predictable, consistent, and profitable agency sales machine.
I am Craig Pretzinger.
I am Jason Feldman.
We are agents.
We are insurance dudes.
Right now, while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
We took our notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies led Craig and I to selling more than $10 million in premium in the last 2 years.
On this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the same results.
Just go to live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
If you jump on this call with us, we're certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there. Jason,
it's another playbook. What number is it?
it is another playbook. I believe it's number 16.
Diez y seis. Yep.
See.
Spent a month in Peru and I could say 16.
I could say yes. See.
I can also say, where's the bathroom? Because that came up a lot.
Oh.
3 separate bouts. Woo. Shudders. So I have this, well, you know, from the title, this is how to become a successful insurance agent. And let's go down to the fundamentals.
The fundies.
The fundies. The fundies are fun.
All right, give them to me.
I got 3 things that are super important, especially if you're coming in or you've been doing it a while. Take stock of where you're at and if these resonate with you. If not, these are the fundies. If these 3 things aren't in place, it's really difficult to scale and create legacy.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, you need to get organized.
Yes.
And I mean, coming from me, but you do, right? And this is one of those things, especially if you've ever done the disc test on yourself, you're probably a high D, high I. It hurts. This part hurts, right? To become really organized. And when I say organized, I don't mean your desk is all neat. That's good too. But what you need to do is be organized with the processes that you have in place in the agency. Jason talked a little bit about the process manual, right? And that kind of goes in line with that. It's really, really important to do the icky thing of setting up and creating all of those processes.
Yep. I love it. Yeah, definitely got to get organized. It creates speed too. The more organized any part of your company is, the more that can be done, the easier it is for everybody. And it creates speed. It creates the ability to go fast.
Right. And you got to go fast if you're going to make quantum leaps.
Yep.
So
you're either first or last.
You're either first or last or first loser. So, no second place. Yeah. So that's critical. This is important. You have to be prepared to spend on trackable marketing, and you got to spend. You have to be ready.
Yep.
We were talking a little bit about this yesterday. Think of marketing is in insurance. There's no real cost of goods sold, right? Like if you own a retail business, you have inventory. It's your cost of goods sold. In order to get a result, in order to make profit, you have to spend to get there.
Yep.
Right? People aren't just hammering down the door, walking in and showing up and asking for quotes. Unless, is that happening to you, Mr. Jason?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all you have to say on that, huh?
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be trackable. You got to be willing to spend on it. I mean, if you want to grow, even if you don't want to grow, you don't want to shrink, but you're going to shrink. So there's 2 factors in shrinking, right? One is even if you have a great retention, you're going to probably shrink like 10%. And then the rate of inflation that's skyrocketing. So even if you stay at the same dollar amount, if you're not increasing that, you're making less next year than you are this year because your money's worth more this year than it will be next year. So there really is no, I mean, you have to grow.
Right.
Or you're shrinking.
There's a third thing to shrinking too, cold water.
Ooh.
And the third thing of how to become a successful insurance agent is you got to be consistent, right? Consistency over time equals results.
I think that that's probably the most important. Probably as an agency owner, you have to be the most consistent. But like you also, your whole team, like there's no, especially in the sales, like I think all organizations need to be sales first, but that's just like, I think it's easy. If you have a sales first organization, everything else is easy. So with sales, the only way to have sales and get an ROI on it is to be consistent. The only way a salesperson is going to be successful is to be consistent. Even the best sales guy, if they're not consistent, are not going to get the correct sales. They're going to go on that whole sales roller coaster. They're going to hit the dips and then they're going to think, this sucks. I hate this. This job sucks. I want to leave, So yeah, consistency is the driver.
Yeah. And there's so many pieces of that, right? Consistent with the script, right? Saying the same thing on all the calls. Yep. We have to be consistent with that. Consistent with the leads, like continuing to fill the funnel. Consistent with quoting, right? Like some of those dips and the peaks and dips happen because you have the salesperson who piles in that closes all the business, and then afterwards there's nothing because they weren't also starting the quotes. So many things, but that's critical. So 3 things, right? Get organized. So have the processes, which creates speed. Be prepared to spend on the marketing so that you give your producers, sales agents as many at bats as possible. And then be consistent. Be consistent.
Be consistent. I like I like the little song there.
Yeah. You like that?
I do.
Yeah. It's like from, I don't know what it's from.
I love it. Go out there, get it, own it, achieve it.
Achieve it.
Love it.
Make it happen. Crush it.
Yes.
Hey, what are you still doing here?
Well, while you're still here and while it's fresh in your mind, check out live.teledudes.com.
Yeah, if you weren't listening before, we took notes from over 100 interviews with top agents from around the country and made it into a live webcast.
Using these strategies did help Craig and I write over 10 million in premium in the last couple years.
And let me tell you, on this call, you'll receive the exact blueprint to get the very same results.
Again, that's live.teledudes.com to register for this upcoming Tuesday's live call with us.
And if you jump on with us, we are certain 2022 will be an absolutely fantastic year for you.
See you there.